Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Flag from MissionStarCraft bringing you another cold cast. This is going to be a really fun game. This is a high-level Masters game submitted to us from our Zerg player here, tCForTheRich. I'm going to call him Rich in the bottom, our blue Zerg player, our submitter, our viewer. Thank you very much for sending us in. Again, this is going to be a high-level Masters play, which means that there's going to be a lot of little different things that point this out as being high-level play and having lots of different little changes that make, just everything a little bit smoother, a little bit sharper, a little bit nicer. So I'm going to go ahead and speed it up to, let's see, 4 times speed for the short term right now. It please me, touch me not, for I am his. Yes, indeed, you are up against Caesar. Very nice. I'm going to go ahead and try and, ooh, very nice, a little supply depot block. Very creative, very nice. Going to throw down that early third on this map, which I believe is Daybreak. It is very common to do that because of this third being so very easy to protect as a Zerg player. I'm going to keep harassing, though, with these SCVs and one Marine. Going to, I believe, throw down a bunker. There you go. Going to go ahead and try and protect, though. Not really going to be able to do anything. That one Marine is going to be able to do a lot of damage. We are noticing a lot of utility being gotten out of this one Marine. Going to get into the bunker with that SCV. Not going to do anything at this point, though. Bunker goes down. I would have really liked for that Terran player to salvage that bunker. Going to go ahead and slow down here in just a little bit. Going to send that Ling around to just scout around, see if there's anything at the Zelnagas. Make sure that the Terran player can't see what we're doing. Going to have a fast expand from the Terran as well. This is going to be a very interesting play that comes up. We're going to have our Baneling nest go down. Very nice speed, just finishing up now. That Ling, again, just kind of doing this little patrol path to figure out and see if the Terran is going to try and get a little bit better map control. Going to have some Marines in that bunker. Very good defense by our Terran player. Going for that factory with a reactor. Very, very good play against a Zerg player. Going to do a lot of damage. Oh my god. Did you see how many Banelings we have here? We have 24. We have 26 Banelings. That is a lot of Banelings. At the 9-minute mark, this is going to be a very, very potent force. Although we do see that there are a lot of Hellions here. A bunker. Going to be putting down a bunker, a barracks, and another barracks to just try and prevent this Baneling bust, which is going to be an absolutely massive Baneling bust, from doing as much damage as we possibly can. Going to slow it down to faster speed, see how much damage this is going to do. This is going to absolutely... Oh, it's not a full wall, not a full wall, and oh dear god, this is actually very unfortunate for our Terran player. Going to circle in and trap all these Hellions right by the minerals. Going to be able to do a lot of damage. Hellions, obviously, to counter to all... Hellions obviously counter to all Hellions. Herp derp. Hellions obviously countered by those Banelings. This is going to be very difficult for our Terran to deal with. He takes a huge amount of damage, but we do have Banshees on the field. Did not spot that he got that reactor on, or that tech lab rather, on that starport. Very nice. Going to have this barrack stopped as there is no SCV building off of it. We're going to need to see some defenses going really, really quickly. Need to have some stuff going. We do have enough money to put up those defenses. There are going to be a bunch of speedlings coming in to do a little bit more damage. As we do have an overlord to be able to spot what's going on. Would like to see this overlord moved into position to be able to spot this wall, as it is completely, absolutely defenseless. However, we are going to see all these speedlings that come in to do a lot of damage. One Banshee is going to do really nothing against all this. Holy crap, holy bad manners, Batman. Going to have those Banelings morph in right next to that command center. This is going to be very hard to deal with. They're going to pop out and do so much damage. At this point, you just want to run your SCVs far, far away, back into your main base and roll up. All those Banelings, talk about overkill, like 15 Banelings to kill like 4 SCVs. Going to come in and just splash up against those Hellions. Not going to do very much damage. Want to tech into roaches, I would say, personally, at this point. Going to get up that spore crawler. Very nice, very nice. Going to get that layer up as well and get plenty of queens to be able to deal with that Banshee. Those Banshees now that are all the way in there. Going to kill these mules. I really disagree with this. I don't know why he didn't just put the mules at his main, as he is very undersaturated. Not going to be building very many SCVs. I really disagree with a lot of what the Terran is doing at this point. Even though I am a gold level player, I think there are a lot of things that pretty much anyone at any level play can spot when somebody is panicking, especially in this kind of situation where they're panicking with so many Lings being streamed in constantly, they do so much damage over and over and over and over and over. As we can see, 29 workers killed at this point to the 1 worker killed earlier on by the Terran player. Going to come in with more Lings. At this point, we're going to want to stop streaming in so many Lings, as there is enough defense to be able to deal with that, unless we have that same kind of size Baneling bust to absolutely wreck face as we come in here. However, we're going to go back to base and macro up. Going to be droning up as usual, as the Zerg player would do in this kind of situation. We did actually get into that same mindset. For those of you who are in Bronze or Silver League, this is kind of the Masters League equivalent of that kind of kill, kill, kill mentality where you're going, oh my god, I have to kill my opponent, I have to kill my opponent. Although we do fall back at a very good point to get back at macro. We do have plenty of defenses against these Banshees. They're not going to do a damn thing against these double Spore Crawler. They're going to kill the Queen. Really would have liked that to have fallen back, but no big deal. No big deal at all. Probably going to see, let's see, what are we going to be teching into? Going to be getting a Spire. A Spire, ladies and gentlemen, very nice. Spire versus those Banshees going to be very nice. Do we see any Vikings being produced? No Vikings being produced at this moment, but we are getting a Armory. Armory with those Thors is going to be absolutely brutal against any Mutalisk play that comes in. We do have these Overlords in position to be able to scout any incoming attacks. We still have a lot of Hellions being produced. Very nice. Not really going to have that constant SCV production, which is so absolutely super key. We do see double upgrades available for our land forces that are exactly, by the way, I am missing this kind of micro back and forth here with these Banshees, which are exactly 10, 12, actually be getting some Marines out, which is very interesting, as our opponent, or as our submitter, tCForTheRich, doesn't actually have much in the way of Banelings anymore, as he's taking into other things, but he does have a good amount of Speedlings up to be able to deal with any like 17 Marines that we have all the way streaming out. Not really going to get these tech labs up. We really want to have those upgrades besides the 1-1. The 1-1s are very nice, but we want to have more than just that. You're going to have this Overlord just kind of derp around, going to be shot down by these Marines. Yep, there we go. Going to be taken out, as well as this other Marine over here. There's other Overlord over here. Going to be really severely supply capping us as the Zerg at 65 of 46. That's very unfortunate. Going to have some creep spread, which is very nice. Going to have a macro hatch going down at the 3rd. Really would have liked to see that expansion taken here, as that supply depot was canceled. Very nice indeed, though. We do have plenty of Queens to be able to keep up with those injects. One of the biggest differences between high level and low level Zerg play is just keeping up with those injects. Very important to keep an eye on. Very important indeed. We do have these Banshees falling back with the rest of the army, just kind of going, fuck it, not going to deal with that right now. Going to get a 3rd up. Very nice. PP. Ready. My bad. I guess there was a pause there. All right, then. Going to be regrouping as the Terran gets ready for another offensive. However, we do have, let's see, what do we have going on? We do have the Spire up, but I don't think we have any Mutalisks in production. No, we don't have any Mutalisks actually up yet. We do have the Banshees coming in to see if they can do some damage, see if they can just scout out and figure out what tCForTheRich is doing. I am focusing, oddly enough, on the Terran player right now, as I do see that a lot of the aspects of kind of dynamic play is happening for the Terran right now. tCForTheRich really just keeping up with his injects, keeping up with his production of Ling and Baneling. Very nice indeed, as you did see that those Marines were just kind of streaming in, and we do see that more Marauders indeed. In addition to that, we do see this 3rd base. That's going to be a very hard thing for the Zerg to deal with. As a Zerg player, you always want to keep one base up on your opponent at all times. We do see finally those mutas coming up. We do have, let's see, 5 mutas at the moment. If we take a look at the production tab, we do have +2 weapons going for our Zerglings and Banelings. Very nice. Going to be able to wipe this force out very easily. Very nice indeed for tCForTheRich. Very nice. Those mutas are also going to be able to pick off that Banshee as it just kind of quests through the map. We do have a Hellion also just kind of chilling there, not doing anything. Going to just die. Wow, the Banshee is just going to target the hatchery. That is obviously the #1 priority. That macro hatch is ruining his day. Baneling's going to come in and do a lot of damage. Going to be able to take out this little bit here. Banshee is going to just kind of cloak there and go, I'm helping. Guys, I'm helping. Lings are going to come in and absolutely just wreck face as they come through and take out all SCVs at this expansion. Really would like to see any scouting on the behalf of the Zerg player to figure out if this 3rd is there, as it definitely is. That macro hatch went down about half health. Obviously, a very successful mission. If we look at the everyone cam, there are 2 medevacs just kind of rallied to nowhere. Lings are just kind of going everywhere throughout the base, doing a lot of damage. Still going to have a good amount of Marauders queuing up. That is not what we want to do. For some reason, I am doubting that this Terran player is a Masters League player. just for that one thing, just the huge amount of queuing and the not constant SCV production. GG comes from Caesar. Thank you very much for sending this in, tCForTheRich, and please keep sending in those replays. This is Flag going to be signing out for this match. I am sounding very, very monotone throughout this game, but that's all right. Please send those in to MissionStarCraft@gmail.com. Any feedback that you have as well, please send in to that same email address or put in the comment section below. Thank you guys very much for sending this in. Hit that like button in the bottom if you like what you're seeing. I do want to keep getting this out, so please help me get this out as they roll on out, and I will see you guys in the next cast. This is Flag signing out.